Good morning to each and everyone present out here. It takes less time to do things right than to explain why do it wrong. Our session is based on compliance. Yes, compliance play a very important role in our field. Today we have Mrs. Trupti Balasubramaniam. She's our CEO and our principal officer. She's having a vast experience in insurance field for about 12 years plus, and she has got in-depth knowledge in compliance. As from day one, I am talking to each one of you, and I'm just telling that our company is compliance oriented. It is just because of Trupti ma'am, our company is compliance oriented. We don't go beyond the boundaries. So I welcome Trupti ma'am on this forum. Thank you, ma'am, for giving us your time to give us your knowledge, to share your knowledge with us. Trupti ma'am, are we ready? Are we good to go?
Yeah, thanks, Astha. And thanks, Kanakji, for giving us an opportunity. So I hope the previous sessions, I heard a lot about the previous sessions and, got very good feedback that it was good, interactive. So today I will, generally when it comes to compliance, people, they feel what it is. So I will not make it very complicated or anything, just a simple slide on compliance. And then we will be talking about risk management. Is the screen visible?
Yes, Trupti, it is.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Yeah. So when we talk about compliance, it is there in each and every field. It is not that it is only in insurance, but there are certain rules, regulations which have to be followed in any line of business. In insurance, major is when we are talking about POSPs. We tell that what is the criteria required to appoint an POSP, how a business has to be done. Again, insurance is not something that we go out door to door and sell. It is a subject matter of solicitation. It is based on the needs and requirement of the customer. So we as a broker, we represent the client to the insurer. Generally, an agent, he has an option to do one company, one life, one general, one health. And he represents the insurer to the client. But in our case, as a broker, as a POSP, we represent the client to the insurer. We understand the requirements from the client, their needs, requirements, and then we go to the insurer with that and try to get the best quote for them, or give a best good product, a suitable product to the client. So this is what we look more into, that educating the customers, ensuring we are giving the right product to the customer. And another thing in compliance is following section 64 BB. I think most of you would be aware of it. But in insurance, the policy can be issued only once the premium is received by the insurer. So even the regulator is very clear about this, that violation of 64 BB, it attracts huge penalty. So, and our system, if you see, it is online. So here the question of violating this doesn't come in. And third, the main important thing while giving an insurance product to a customer is the risk we are going to underwrite and advising them on how to mitigate the losses. So this is just a few things on compliance. I will not take you into the nitty-gritties of it because it's quite huge and we are there to help you out, whenever you need us. Next, we are going to talk about risk management. So in insurance, when it comes, when we talk about risk management, we have a lot of questions. What it is, for what risk, to whom that risk is there. As it is, the thing is, when we are giving an insurance, it is we are underwriting a risk already, then why this question of risk management comes in. But yes, it is required. We as an intermediary need to assess the risk. It is not risk to us or to the customer or to the insurer. It is something which will mitigate the risk, reduce the probability of an event, and help all of us, even the customer. So this there are different types of risk. I will not go too much into details. We have financial, non-financial, pure and speculative, fundamental and particular risk. So generally financial risk are those where there is a quantum of, we know what is the quantum of the risk, the amount of risk. And it is on our day-to-day, like fire or theft, burglary, all these are covered under that. Things which are replaceable, which can be reinstated or repaired. So this comes under financial risk. Your non-financial risk is something which is related to the, say, demand and supply, or to a specific requirement. Say now someone having a car, wants to buy a car, so his choice of car brand and all that is a risk, is a non-financial risk, because that will not affect any way, financially. So the non-financial risk are uninsured risk, because it all depends upon the insured on what he wants and what is his choice. Speculative risks are not insured. They are the ones where there might be a profit, there might be a loss. So insurance doesn't cover speculative risk. And pure risk are again, like cyclone or natural calamities, machinery breakdown, fire, and all those things which are covered in insurance. Particular risk and fundamental risk again are your natural calamities, or terrorism, famine, drought. So all these things are risks which are covered. There are two only. Speculative is not covered. Your non-financial risk is not covered by insurance, but all others are covered. Now, how do we manage risk? So first we should know what we are going to underwrite, what the client wants to get insured. Then analyze whether, identify that, then analyze, we can have a look at a property or whatever it is getting insured, whether it is proper, whether all the whether all steps are taken to reduce the risk. Say, a fire extinguisher, firefighting equipments are there in place, whether they have CCTVs, whether they have a security. So these are some of the things we look at, while understanding the risk. In case we find that, yes, there is no firefighting equipment and there are chances of fire happening, we can give them measures that, how to reduce that. They can have firefighting equipments installed, have periodic checks on that, whether it is in working condition, because that is why generally in most of the companies, big companies, they have a fire drill regularly. So we need to work, we need to help the client in understanding and then suggesting him a product or giving him the coverages. So these are the steps of risk management. I will just give you a small brief. We had a case, godown was to be insured, a chemical godown. Generally, certain products like chemicals which are hazardous are not insured by many companies. So this godown had to be covered. The client had given us initially all the details about the godown, that they have a firefighting equipment, they have security, there are CCTVs. The underwriter of an insurance company had released the quote, but before booking the proposal, wanted to inspect the godown. So he had asked for some photographs. When we got the photographs, you can see on the screen that you can see the condition of the godown. There is no place in between to run. In case there is an eventuality, no one can come in or go out or salvage the material. The place between The way the goods were stored, it was in a very haphazard manner. The firefighting equipment was in one corner. So to reach that, they have to first, remove the goods and then go to that firefighting equipment and use it. On trying it out, we found that the equipment was not in working condition. It had expired. So these are some of the things which we need to educate to the customer before underwriting a risk.
Ma'am, can you make the
yeah.
full screen?
1 minute.
Better.
Yeah. Is it clear?
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah. So this is where our role for risk management comes into play. So initial underwriting, we should be the ones doing the initial underwriting, or we are the ones who do the initial underwriting. And then we take the proposal to the insurer and try to get a competitive quote for our clients with good coverages. So these are the points, which the underwriter had given to us on why they are rejecting the proposal, why they will not underwrite this proposal. So material was not stored properly, there was no place and all those things. So these are some of the points they had given us. So just taken this proposal, and if there is a claim, sometimes clients also have that question whether my claims will be settled, how it will be done. If we had taken this proposal without inspection, and in case there had been a claim, the chances of claim getting rejected are very high. The reason being is there was material facts were not disclosed properly. The customer has told us that there is a firefighting equipment, but it was not in a working condition. So it was disclosed, it was not given properly informed to us before. There was no security over there. So when the surveyor does, whenever there is a claim reported, the surveyor first tries to find out what has been the immediate cause of the claim. Like you would have gone through your principle, the first session was on principles. So proximate cause and utmost good faith. So here the customer, he by not disclosing, he has not honored the principle of utmost good faith. Then proximate cause, we don't know how the fire has caused. So when the surveyor finds out all these things, there are chances of the claim getting rejected, and the customer comes to us, but he will not understand why it was rejected. So this is how we need to tell the customer, in advance, that please disclose whatever you have. It is not only for property, it is for everything, whether it is life, general, even motor for that matter. Non-disclosure of material facts, yes, your claim can be disputed. There are chances that you will you may not get full claim. So these are some things which we have to educate, and this forms a part of risk management. So just some photographs, where people don't disclose proper details and the claims get rejected. Like if you see the first photo, at the time of taking a marine policy, the customer would have given, 10 tons of goods to be insured. But the mode of communication doesn't have that much capacity, and it has been overloaded. So chances of accidents are very high in this. Claims coming, there being a claim is very high. In this scenario, the insurer will reject it because we have loaded goods, beyond the capacity of the truck. So these are some of the, examples of claims getting rejected. And I think that's it. Nothing much to talk, but yes, for claims, we at Probus are very strong in that. We have a dedicated desk headed by Mr. Nelson. So he end-to-end claim process, is taken care by him. We have a ticketing system where you can monitor your claim process also. And see, compliance and risk management for POSPs is not much, but as a broker, yes, we have a lot of rules and regulations to follow, which from our end we do it so that our partners, our associates don't get into any, are not inconvenienced by any of it. So this is all, Asta madam.
Thank you very much, Shruti ma'am. That was really a very good presentation and provide about the basic compliance as well as insight into it. I would like to invite Nelson for our next session. Is there any questions regarding compliance by anybody? Anyone having any questions regarding compliance?
Can we have questions? That comes under claims, I think. So
Okay. So we'll go through the claim session first, and after that we'll have a question answers round. I'll invite Nelson. Nelson, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. For Nelson, I'm sharing the screen. Nelson will speak. Okay, but just give me a. Sorry, I was unmute. I'm just sharing it again. Nelson, as soon as I'll share it, please start. Huh?
Sure, ma'am. Yes, thank you, Asta ma'am, for sharing the screen with us. Good morning, guys. Hi, my name is Nelson Dixera. I'm working as a claim coordinator for Probus Insurance Broker. So I'll carry on the further process, okay, related to claims. The first one is health insurance. So health insurance is a type of insurance that covers medical expenses that arises due to an illness and accident. These expenses could be related to hospitalization costs, cost of medicines, or doctor consultation fees. So why the health insurance is purchased? The health insurance is purchased, okay, in order the opposite person, okay, to cover the uncertain events. Now there are two processes, okay, involved to claim the uncertain events. First is cashless and the second one is reimbursement. In order to avail the cashless facility, okay, the opposite person or the insured, okay, should make sure, okay, the hospital should be tied up with the insurance company. And to check if the hospital is tied up with the insurance company, there are portals, okay, available. For example, the for MediAssist, okay, for Manipal Signa is tied up with MediAssist. So if you log in, if you visit me.medibuddy.in or just visit the website, okay, and just click on network hospitals. The name of the hospitals, okay, will reflect in front of your computer or mobile screen. Those are tied up with the MediAssist and with the insurance company. Now we'll talk about the process. If the hospital is tied up, okay, is empaneled with the insurance company, patient or insured, okay, he needs to submit his e-card and government ID proof. Only copy is required. Submit the document, okay, to TPA desk or cashless hospital cashless department and tell him or her to send the request. Once the request is sent, okay, by the hospital to the insurance company, immediate after 30 minutes, okay, the insured, okay, will receive an acknowledgement email from the insurance company. And the turnaround time, okay, to process the request is 2 to 4 hours. Minimum is 2 hours and maximum is 4 hours. It is also called as pre-authorization request. Now this is the estimated amount, not the final amount, okay. How does it work? I'll explain you. After sending the request, okay, the day the patient will get discharged from the hospital, hospital will send the final bill and discharge summary to the insurance company. Once the insurance company receives the final bill and discharge summary, the claim will be processed as per final bill and discharge summary and policy terms and conditions. Now, this is not the whole process. Now, how it goes? The complete process, okay, the claim is not settled yet. In cashless, okay, the claim is approved. Once the patient gets discharged from the hospital, the claim is just approved. Now, once the claim is approved, okay, what the hospital will do? The hospital staff, okay, they'll submit the cashless document to insurance company. After submitting the documents to the insurance company, okay, the medical department from the insurance company, they'll evaluate the claim documents, and the turnaround time, okay, it takes 30 to 45 days. If the documents are missing, okay, the insurance company, they'll raise a query, okay, against the hospital that so and so documents is missing, okay, please furnish the documents. And in case, okay, if insured has initiated a claim, pre and post hospitalization claim against the main claim, the pre and post claim will be kept on hold because the main claim is not yet settled. So in order to process the pre and post claim, okay, the main claim should be settled. Now we'll come to reimbursement part. Now basically in reimbursement, okay, the process is to intimate the insured, okay, is to intimate the insurance company by calling on the toll-free number or by sending an email to the dedicated email ID prior 24 hours or at the time of hospitalization. If there is delay in intimation, okay, it's just a protocol. If there is any delay in intimation, okay, there will be delay in claim processing. Once the intimation is done, okay, and once the patient gets discharged from the hospital, patient needs to submit all the documents received from the hospital, KYC documents like patient's e-card, Aadhaar card, only copies required, and document checklist. Can you please ask the ma'am? Yeah, health card, claim form, discharge summary, bills, prescription, and FIR. FIR and medical legal certificate is only required in accidental case. So health card, okay, we'll talk about the health card. Each and every once you purchase a policy, okay, you receive the health card from the insurance company. Now on health card, okay, everything is mentioned. Patient's member ID number, policy number, and claim form. There are two types. There are two claim forms, Part A and Part B. Part A claim form, okay, should be filled by the insured, and Part B claim form should be filled by the hospital. And along with this claim form, okay, all the documents need to be submitted, and the turnaround time differs from insurer to insurance company. It can be 30 days or 15 days from the date of discharge. Once document is submitted, the, ins the insurer the insured, okay, will receive an acknowledgement email from the insurance company that we have received the documents and this is the tracking number to track the claim documents. And the turnaround time, okay, to process the claim is 21 to 30 days. Usually it's just for it's just for saying purpose, okay? We say 21 to 30 days. If the document is sufficient, okay, the claim can be settled before that. Yeah. Now we come to pre-hospitalization, okay? Pre-hospitalization means the expenses, okay, occurred before getting admitted to the hospitalization. It can be medical expenses, okay? And to claim this medical expenses, okay, there is a specific turnaround time which differ from insurer to insurer. It can be 30 days or 60 days. It depends upon the policy norms. And the post-hospitalization, okay, the expenses occurred after getting admitted to the hospitalization, after getting discharged from the hospital. And the turnaround time differs 60 or 90 days. Now to claim both the expenses, okay, the opposite person should make sure, okay, that his main claim is settled. For example, if I am getting admitted to hospital last month, and it related to that, related to that admission, okay, if there is any expenses before or after, okay, that will be considered as pre and post hospitalization. But what if my claim is rejected? The main claim is rejected, then I can't claim for pre and post hospitalization. Awesome, yeah. Domiciliary expenses. Now in domiciliary, okay, the patient, okay, the patient's condition is not so good, okay, to visit the hospital, or if the number of beds are less, okay, then under doctor's observation, suggestion, okay, the patient can be treated at home. And to claim this expenses, okay, he needs to follow the reimbursement procedure. He needs to submit all the documents such as Part A and Part B claim form, submit all the documents to the insurance company, and there is no turnaround time. He can claim these expenses, okay, on monthly basis. Yes. OPD expenses, okay. The OPD cover refers to health insurance cover that pays for the cost of outpatient treatment. So the OPD expenses, okay, the hospitalization is not required. 24 hours hospitalization is not required. The expenses, okay, incurred, such as medical expenses, doctor consultation fees, can be claimed. And insured, okay, they can initiate a claim on insurer portal or by calling out to a toll-free number. So this is a partners, okay, we deal with the insurance company. Thank you.
Thank you, Nelson. Thank you very much. That was quite insightful about claims, and we have taken health insurance as our main topic. But if there is any kind of questions regarding other claims also, we are open for it. Kanak sir?
There may be quite a number of questions as far as this claims is concerned. So can we ask it right now?
Yes.
Okay, now especially when it comes to like car, maybe others can also ask, like when it's a car insurance, we see that the claim is there, and if a client is there and there is a accident, or the bumper from the back side and the front side and the left side, everything is broken, and the insurance companies say that if there is a claim, it can be only from one side. How can you ask from both the sides and things like that? So what are the what as an advisor one should tell, or how to take forward these things? There has been a claim like on a red road or where somewhere there is a car which braked, and from the front side it is broken, and the other side another car also hits, and that also happens, and maybe from the left side and all. So there can be certain things, but there are a lot of issues in these cases like that. So how do you cater that?
Okay. Kanak sir, this is Rupesh for motor claims. And I'm also working as a claim coordinator with Nelson. See, for this question, it is totally depends on the survey basis, right? First, while registering the claim, customer give all the information like what was happened at the time point of accident. Okay, on that basis, and as per the surveyor's investigation or surveyor's inspection and other things, material things, like he investigate from all the sides. Like first he has knowledge, means how the accident got happened. Now he understand that whether it is happened or whether it is constructed to claim. Okay, now the things are it is totally depends on investigation. We cannot answer this, like means if a company is asking, means telling that front is covered and we are not giving coverage for a back, so we need to understand that why they are not giving the rear side damages. Now it is totally depend on investigation and the proof submitted by the surveyor.
Noted, Rupesh. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and if Astha ma'am, just give me a moment. Yeah, and if the insured, okay, if it's telling, okay, that the back side is not covered, the front side is not covered, okay, so the surveyor is knowledgeable person, so okay, once it's done with the investigation part, okay, we as a claim coordinator, okay, we don't leave the case like this, okay, we just call the surveyor, okay, why, and we find out the reason. What's the exact cause, okay? Why it's not payable? The surveyor shares the reason, okay? That is it a pre-existing damage or it was covered before? Yeah. So is it, if it's a pre-existing damage, okay, then as per policy terms and condition, it won't be covered. So we tell the surveyor, okay, to share the features with us. So on the basis of the proof, okay, we come to know whether it was a pre-existing damage or not. At the time of inspection, okay, whether these damages were covered or not.
Yeah, this is again, I think, a very, very important point. As an advisor, one should be very, very careful. He is the one who is like, if it's a court case, let's say, he is like the advocate for the particular client. So that's the reason one should be aware of this. So this is very, very important. And there are many more cases. Maybe Astha, there is another question from my end, and maybe I'll request others also to come up with questions. Is like in a case of a mediclaim, if there is a medical emergency and a claim, and once a person is admitted, and then most of the time diabetes is a big reason of not approving any claim, that there is a pre-existing disease called diabetes which is there, I think, and it is something like almost 1/3 of Indians are having diabetes, and most of the time people are not aware about it also. So how to handle this, how to manage this, or like while you are filling up the form, because you were not aware, you have not filled up, and after 5 years, if there is a claim, or maybe even in the second year, if there is a claim, and if there is a heart problem or something like that, and most of the time diabetes is also detected. So how it works?
Sir, there is a waiting period, okay, for each and every specific element, okay. 2 years of waiting period. For example, if the diabetes, okay, was not diagnosed before that, okay, before purchasing the policy, okay, if it was diagnosed, okay, after purchasing the policy, okay, it should be claimed, sir. The claim is payable. Yes.
Yes, Astha, over to you.
Any other questions? Vikas Jain ji, Danny sir, Varun ji, Rupesh ji, Shireen sir. Any other questions from anybody? I just like to mention one thing. Please, as an advisor, we should advise our clients to give us a detailed description about their lifestyles, their what they are having, what is their family history and everything, because it definitely helps in getting a claim smoothly. There are people who don't disclose their diseases, who don't thyroid, they take they don't take seriously thyroid, but people are rejecting claims on the basis of thyroid also. So please, as an advisor, we should make sure that we have given each and every information to a parent company so that there is no delay in getting claims. Sanjay ji, any queries from anybody? I guess Kanak said there is no queries, but we can definitely ask in the group if there is any query. We will definitely be able to respond. Yes, Pramod sir, any query? Okay.
Hi, I think there is already one question in the chat. Unsure if that is already answered. How to submit originals if more than one insurer is involved? This is from Mr. Ibrahim Varghese.
Yes, sir. So that will be considered as partial claim, okay? If there are two or more insurance company, so what the insured can do, okay? He can claim from the first insurer, okay? And once the claim is settled, okay, from the first insurance company, he'll receive an attested copies, okay? He won't receive the original documents from the first insurance companies. The attested copies, okay, can be submitted to the second insurance company. And this is how you can claim the partial amount.
Nelson, what about the documents, the originals he will submit to the first insurer?
Yes, ma'am. Now it depends, okay, upon the insurance company, okay. For example, few of the insurance companies, okay, they don't accept the original documents, okay. The claims are processed on the basis of scanned documents.
Yes, yes,
Now,
yes.
yeah. And few of the insurance company, okay, they accept the original documents. For example, like MediAssist, okay, they do not process the claim on scanned documents. So claims are processed on the basis of physical documents. They require original documents for claim processing. Once the claim is settled, okay, you can request the first insurance company, okay, that you need attested copy. You need to claim the balance amount, okay, from the other insurance company. So what MediAssist they'll do, they'll send the requested documents, okay, attested copies to insured's registered address or onto his email ID. And then the insured, okay, can submit the documents to the second insurance company to claim the balance amount.
Thank you, Nelson. Yeah, thank you very much. So Kanak sir, I just want to end up the session by a small thing. I just request everybody to please join us. Let us grow together. Our team, myself and my team are waiting for you all. If any kind of queries you avail even after the session, please contact us. I'm sharing my number in the chat as well as Alok sir is there in the chat forum. So requesting everybody to please put their queries as well as please join us. Allow us to serve you. Please have a taste of our service as well. Let us grow together. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Asta. I think one more thing, no, I was just made aware of something called credit policy. Maybe that itself needs another session for all of us. Many a times, no, you may have, I was just aware. So this is again one more good important things which all of us can understand and learn. A credit policy is something like, wherein, if a customer is giving goods and services to some other parties, and if those parties don't pay you, insurance companies pay for that. So this is an amazing policy which I was actually not aware of. And maybe a detailed session can be done on this. This is something very, very unique. Let's say if somebody has sold an item of 1 crore, and if that client after 3 months also is not paying, then who is going to pay? this is a big risk for the whole organization. Insurance companies do pay. There is a policy called credit policy, and there was no exporters usually used to take something ECGC policies and all, no, something like that. So this is also something which can be compared, and this is a big market, and the premium sizes are 10 lakh, 20 lakhs, 40 lakhs types. So this is something I think we all should be aware of, understand this in little more depth, and then take it forward to our clients. And there are so many other topics. I think be associated with Probus and their team. Slowly and gradually, these sort of sessions will keep coming up, and various topics can be discussed. And the best part is you will have all the companies there put together. So with these notes, thank you so much. Finally, Alok, you have to say something? Otherwise, we are done.
Yeah, I think since we have some time, we have two options. One is maybe from our overall interactions, if there are any questions, given that this is the last session of this, the monthly engagement, please feel free to ask. That is one. And second is around claim. I had a very, like from a personal anecdote, had a question. One is specifically I've seen when it comes to health insurance, a lot of people, at least in my circle, I've seen have got little stuck at the health insurance claim stage. And usually the answers that they get is around there wasn't adequate disclosure at the time of the policy issuance, or something has come up as an illness where there is a debate around whether this was a pre-existing or this disease was sort of the client got a disease after buying the policy. So this is a user use case experience. How is one supposed to address this? Number one. Number two is, are there certain specific areas which one should very clearly be aware of at the time of issuance of policy, be it the client or be it the advisor, that one needs to be extra careful about? So yeah, that's my question.
Yes, sir, it's a good question, sir. Okay, so when the policy is purchased, okay, at the time of purchasing the policy, okay, it's the agent, okay.
Hey, sorry, Nelson, just a request. I know it's important, but if you can avoid okay so many times, I'll be really grateful.
If agent, okay, it's the agent, okay, who issues the policy, okay. Now, there are certain terms and condition, okay, when the policy is purchased, and even it's mentioned in policy wording. For example, there is waiting period. The initial waiting period is 30 days for specific, except for accidental case. Then for specific diseases like her, like hernia, cataract, hernia piles, okay, the waiting period is of 2 years, and for pre-existing, okay, it differs for 3 to 4 years. So once the policy is okay issued, okay, the opposite person, okay, he should come to know about the policy terms and condition. The policy should be explained to him. Even the lame person should understand about the policy terms and condition. Was what is called waiting period, okay? And if this is disclosed, okay, so the it's a clear picture, okay, so he won't have any doubt. And about the policy terms and condition, yes, I've many time I've received call, okay, from the agent, okay, they pitch, okay, they pitch that everything is covered in the policy, but the A to Z is covered in the policy. When we receive such call, okay, we just tell the customer, okay, the A to Z is not covered in the policy, okay, please go through the policy terms and condition. There are certain sub limits, okay, for certain elements like cataract, okay, and it's bifurcated according to location. So this is the important point. So
Okay, thank you, Nelson.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much.